Hi guys, Karen here. I wasn't doing anything and I got to thinking, I've got my same shirt on as yesterday. I have a lot of people ask me what I do during the day since I don't work, and I just piddle around. I got these reading glasses on there doing kind of crazy, but I don't know, sometimes I mow the lawn, I go for walks, I go in the yard and water flowers, watch TV, I read. Um, I have to say that every day it gets to be around 4 or 5, and I'll say to my husband, "What time is it?" And he'll tell me, and I'll say, "Where did the day go?" It just goes by so fast. I go to bed, like last night I went to bed about 1:30. Usually go to bed anywhere from midnight to 2 or 2:30. 1:30 is probably about an average. I do start to go to bed, but then I play in my recliner and I play games and I do Wordle, and um, I go to bed, I read, just stuff. I don't know. But anyway, I was piddling around. When I went on the cruise in the summer, you remember that I got COVID. My daughter and I came home with COVID at the end of August. So I haven't really been feeling all that well. When I got home, I unpacked and I had some things that I just stuck in a corner, and I noticed that I hadn't opened them up yet. So I thought I'd open them up in front of you. We were on the Mardi Gras and a carnival, and we had gotten into a little group on Facebook before we went on, and everybody was supposed to bring a magnet, like a refrigerator magnet. And we had, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 people in it. I might have had more, but then they broke it into groups or whatever. But so I went around and I did do some films of us taking the magnets around to all the different rooms, but it took so much time I didn't even put them on here. I might have them on my phone somewhere. It was kind of funny because, we went down like every deck and just walking through all these doors till we got to the room, and then we'd sneak and put our little magnet there. It was kind of fun. But anyway, we got magnets back, and I never really ever looked at them because usually somebody'd stick it on the door when it's dinner time. We'd open up the door and be there, and I'd just throw it in on the counter or the desk or something. So I really haven't looked at them, so I guess we'll do that now. This one says, "Enjoy your gift from Laura and Rick Klamer, home ported in Virginia Beach, Virginia. They were in cabin 14315, and then they changed to 14376, but they did it nice because I just bought, they were nice magnets and cruising magnets, but I don't know. There's a little bag in here. Oh, I threw this in here. Some lady was just walking down the hall, and she said, "Here's some little duck earrings." And my daughter wore hers. I didn't wear mine. They're still in here. You know, ducks are big on those ships. I don't know why, but everybody gives ducks out. Actually, I was giving out little Jesus the last 2 or 3 cruises. I bought them off TikTok, one TikTok and one Amazon. But people just seem to like the little Jesus. The first one, they were about this big, and then I bought the little Jesus, and they were like this tall. I don't even think I have one right now to show you, because they were popular. But I'll show you these little duck earrings. I don't know as I'll ever wear them. Maybe I'll wear them on a cruise, because they've got these little hooks. And I have a hard time finding the hole in my ear, because I don't have a mirror. I don't like this kind of hook. Well, they go on. My daughter has them, but they're real cute. I'll show you. If anybody wants them, they've never been worn. They are cute. So I got that. And this lady really did it up nice. Now I feel cheap. But I bought some big magnets from Amazon, and I gave everybody a big one. I'll open up my little bag here. I wish I could put that down a little bit. Maybe if I put it back, it'll be able to see a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, here's a little card. Congratulations on a successful duck hunt. You have found a cruising duck on board the Carnival Mardi Gras cruising out of Orlando from August 23rd to 30th, courtesy of the Duck Lady from Virginia Beach. Post a picture on Carnival Mardi Gras, August 23rd to 30th, Facebook cruise web page. Well, I'm going to put that on her web page. Visiting Honduras, Cozumel, and Celebration Key. That was a fun cruise. And then they gave me definitely not in a row. Don't put your ducks in a row. That's a magnet. And I got some Mentos. I guess maybe I had bright breath on the ship because I didn't have any. This is cute. Aww. Josh, I don't know if that's a kind of wine, but it's a little wine cork with a duck on it. These people really love ducks. And then here's a little casino piece, and it's got a little duck on it. So that's really cute. So I'm going to have to thank her again. I don't know if that's the lady or if this is another one, because I threw them all in that bag. Okay. Then, that's all I got on that. Oh no, I got another bag. See, this is the little bag I always take. I always put my tickets in there. I put, like, if we buy excursions or anything, it says Carnival Mardi Gras, Sunday, August 23rd to 2025. Cabin, we were in 7268, which was that really nice one that we had a swing and everything. And it was a 3:30 departure. We had to get on board between 12:30 and 1. I put all this on so I don't have to keep looking into things. So all my tickets. Then I put the muster station we were in and all the people. Here's all the people I had to give ducks to. Angie Bune, Mary Songcran, Laura Claimer, Samantha Yarborough, and Donna Corlinson. And then the Duck Lady, I just showed you her stuff. That was Laura and Rick Claimer. And then there was a lady that said she wanted a Jesus so bad, so I went to her room, and she was in 15480, Mary Lynn, and I got her a Jesus. Okay, then here's another little bag I got. I hope this isn't boring for you, but it's like prizes. I didn't do anything in bags. I just kind of stuck them on their doors. Aww. Oh, this is a lighthouse. Isn't that cute? Like lighthouse, and it's got a little turtle on it. I'm going to put that on my refrigerator. I had my refrigerator full of all my magnets from all 38 states that I've been to. And then I took them down. I don't know, I kind of thought they were heavy for the doors, but I'm going to wash them and put them back up because I put them in the shape of the United States. And you can see that I've been all around the South and a good bit through the middle and all the East, but I haven't been to Minnesota and that way until you get to, I've been to Seattle, but I haven't been to Portland, and I've been to California. So that's cute. I'm going to put that on my door. And then I got, okay, on the ship they always, they give you little charm bracelets, and then you can get little charms, you know, put them from the different ports. But this one was at the Milano store. I did buy a ring there. I don't know which ring I did, but one of my rings. And they gave me a free charm. And there's another free charm. I got 2 free charms from Milano. Maybe I should show them closer so you could see them. That is a, well, actually, whatever that is, the other one is, you know, I might have my daughter's. I don't know what it is. And then there's a little bag. I don't know what's supposed to be in there. Oh, this is cute. It's another magnet. It says smile more. Everybody tells me to smile because I have a mean face when I don't smile. What's that called? Resting bitch face or something? Okay, here's a duck. Keep duck or hide the duck. And this is from Angel Sonia, Mardi Gras. She lives in Mississippi, August 23rd to the 30th. So that's cute. We do all these little duck. You just walk around and you find a duck on the wall or by a picture somebody sets it in because the ducks aren't very big. And then I got, well, here's a necklace. So I guess maybe those charms go on a necklace. I told you I didn't look at this stuff. I like my magnets and stuff. I'm going to put those up. I will. I'll put my state magnets up and I'll post a picture of it. Okay, let's see what else we got. My daughter's going to crack up because I didn't even look at this stuff because it was always when we went to dinner. Here is a little gift for you. We hope you enjoy your cruise from Donna and Scott, Tennessee. They were in 5237. I remember going to their room and taking theirs. I'm embarrassed because I didn't do this kind of stuff. Did you see all this, Phil? I never opened them before. This says 8278 Karen Manus from Mary Ann. So I think I stuck hers in there. I got something from. Okay. Remembering special times. That's another magnet. That's about how I did it. And that's fine. Here's a magnet. Aww. Nashville. Now, they must be from Nashville. Yeah, they're from Tennessee. Well, see, I wanted to get something from Alabama, but I never did get around to it, so I just ordered the cruise ones, and they said things like don't fall off the ship and, you know, different things. But so that's a magnet of Nashville. And that's neat. I've been to Nashville, but I didn't have a magnet, so that'll be good to show that. All right. Okay, this is what I did. I put little cards and put love from Karen. I told them what room I was in, and I put theirs on their doors. Okay, here's the last one. I'll put your Crabble board. This is another duck. It says, "Oh, what luck, you found a duck." And that's from Robles Ruiz. Take a selfie and post it to a social media using the tag. I'll have to do that. That's cute. Okay, so I'm going to get this stuff and put it out of the way and tell you one of the things that I love to do, but I don't do it too much in the daytime. I like it quiet, no TV, which we don't have TV a lot of times. My husband's playing on his phone right now. I like to read, but I don't like any noise. So when he goes to bed, he usually goes to bed about 10:30 or 11. That's when I do my little personal things. Sometimes I'll read or watch TV or play on the phone, play the games, but I love to read. I'm just going to bring a few of the books that I've been reading or have read recently. A couple books ago, I guess when I was on the cruise, Vicki Wynn, she's on the Today Show. She's a little Asian lady that she's a news lady, and sometimes she'll do commercials and she sell things. There's a picture. I really like her, and I read that she had written a book, and this book is so interesting. It's about when her parents, who were like just teenagers or early 20s, they lived in Vietnam right after the war, and how they snuck out and came to America. And she was like, I'm going to say she was like a year and a couple months. She was just a little baby, and how they snuck out and came to America. And it's very interesting, all the things they went to. They went to California, and and then she moved around, she got married and everything. So that's a really good book. The book I read just before that one was Cher. It's an autobiography, and it really is interesting, especially if you like Cher. She and I are the same age, so she remembers a lot of things I do when they did them. And so I read her whole book, but when I got close to the end, I realized that it wasn't her whole book, because this is just part one. Part two is coming out. I don't know if it's available. You can pre-buy it now, right now, pre-order it. And she's lived a very interesting life. It was a pretty good read, but I don't know if I want to read another whole book about Cher, because I'm trying to think where we got up to. She was just getting, it was after she got divorced from Sonny. No, she was with another husband. The other husband, she had her little boy. That was on the door. That was when we went with my daughter's friend. Okay, so that's a good book. Right now, I watch the Today Show every day. Jenna Bush has books that she suggests the book of the month, and I usually don't like anybody to pick my books, because I'm really more of a autobiography. I don't read a whole lot of novels, but when I do, then I'll read 3 or 4 novels. This is very good, The Irish Goodbye, and I'm halfway through it. It's really good. It's about a family in Rhode Island, and well, they're kind of spread out. You know, they're grown, young adults, sisters and brothers, and some of the things that they went through. It's a good read. I really like it, and it's an easy read. Okay, this one I was reading on the ship, Sally Field. This is very good, and she really led a very interesting life. Of course, she was the flying nun, and what was that first one she did? I watched it too. She was on the beach, and she not skied, but whatever. What do you call that, Phil? On the boards? On the boards on the beach. What we did in Hawaii. Surf. She surfed. Okay. Now, my mind, you know, I'm not ever prepared when I get on here. I just decide to do them. So that's a very good read if you like Sally Field. And you know, right now, well, I'm finished with it. But she, you know, she dated a lot of famous people. All right, one that I bought that I have not read yet. I'm about to read it after I finish. I've got. I have to finish the Irish, and then I'm going to read another one, and then I'm going to read this one, Softly as I Leave You, Life After Elvis by Priscilla Bulio Presley. I think that's going to be interesting. I grew up, Elvis was popular like he came in around 50 or 55, so, I mean, not 50, 55 or 56, and I was like 10 or 11. And Pat Boone was at the same time. And I really wasn't into music yet, but kind of. I liked some of the songs that I always would sing. But everybody go around and say, are you Elvis or Pat Boone? And I always say Pat Boone, because I kind of like ballads a little bit better. And my dad, of course, didn't like Elvis, so I kind of did what my dad said. But Elvis led a very interesting, although short life. And this should be a good book. And I did read this one, I think. Karen Turner. Elvis and Me. You know what? I picked this up, but I'm not sure if I read this or not. Well, look at Priscilla. That's an old book. I think I just picked that up off my bookshelf. Elvis and Me. I'm sure I read it. I can tell that the pages are a little bit. I'm pretty easy on my books. I think I read that. I can't swear to it. I did read this. Prince Harry Spare. Wah, wah, wah. I feel bad about their childhood, but he needs to grow up. my personal opinion. And I hate that their families all screwed up with each other, but been there, done that, so I can't judge them, but you know, when they're in the public eye and everything like that, I think they need to grow up and, you know, either stay away from each other or get back together, but don't do all that little wah stuff. Okay, and then the last book I'm going to show you, actually I have 4, but I read this one. My son has become a author. His name is Rick Uhas, and it's Struggle to Standing and Healing After Grief, Breakup or Breakdown. And I was a little bit worried. It's kind of big type, and it's not meant to be something that you have to sit down and read through. But like if you're not feeling good, you start to read this, and it works if you had a breakup with a boyfriend or a divorce. It works if you've had a death, you know, a sister, a cousin, a parent, any kind of grief, you know, a move and you're missing people. And it's got a little workbook. My son is very spiritual. He's written 4 books, but I think this was the first one. And I've read it. Very, very good. There's like a little workbook that goes with it too, or you can, you know, work on that. But it's inexpensive. It's on Amazon. Actually, I buy almost all my books on Amazon, probably just about all of them. And I do like to read. And then I'll just show you that I went to Publix, and my cats eat hard food all day long. It's just there if they get hungry, and we just call it their nibbles. In the morning, I give them, well, I can't even reach stuff. Maybe I can if I stand up. I've got one fat cat and one that used to be fat. But they are finicky. In the morning, they get one of these that they share. There's 2 in there. It's a fancy feast. All they want is chicken. They don't want anything else. No fish, no nothing. So they get one of those in the morning, but they share it. Then in the afternoon, they get what we call a lick-a-maid. And I think I told you this stuff before, and I can't even reach it. It's one of those little squeeze things, and they share that. I don't give them too much because they've got the hard food in between. And then at night, they get a pack of this, and I share it. There's 5 in there, but I squeeze out of it. It's like soft, and they have that when they go to bed. And whatever time I go to bed is usually, you know, when they get fed. But their hard food, I try to get them good stuff, and I get it at Amazon. I get that Blue Buffalo or the one that they like, and I usually get them the indoor or for the upset stomach. Well, I went to Publix the other day. You know, I love Publix. They have good things, but their prices. Usually I get a bag this big and this wide, and it'll be like $22. Well, this little thing, about the size of my head, $17. Haven't opened it yet, but I know they'll like it. It's Blue Buffalo Wilderness, and this is for the adult indoor, but chicken, that's all they want. Anyway, I'm going to be chicken now and get the heck off here. Bark, bark, bark. I've been on a long time, and I guess if you were bored today, you watched me, or sometime maybe in the evening when your spouse goes to bed. Oops. I'm almost standing in the cat's water. I knew there was something down there. Anyway, love y'all, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.